Hi! Trying to reconnect. There we go, we're live. Yay! Thank you for coming on. It's Viola. And I'm coming on as part of my Live Every Day for December challenge. That actually started on the 2nd of December for me, but that's okay. Anyway, I just really quickly wanted to talk about Sundays, because Sundays are actually one of my favorite days of the week. I'm one of those few people that love Sundays, and I'm also a big fan of Mondays. But the reason that I love Sundays and I love Mondays so much is because I've decided to be in the driver's seat of my life. So I decided quite a long time ago that I didn't want to just fall into someone else's plan. I wanted to create my life. And one of the first things I was taught by my mentors was the power of using your Sundays to plan your week. And it's really, really simple. I mean, really, it's just thinking about the things that are important to you during the week. Like if you had, regardless of whether you are currently doing, if you run a business outside of your current work, or if you're working full-time, or if you're a parent, or if you have creative projects, or if you have anything in your life that you're working towards or things that are important to you, obviously it's important to set aside time and to set aside energy for those things. So if you go through your week just kind of hoping to make time for it, chances are you're never going to make the time for it. And if you do end up having the time for it, you won't be nearly as productive as if you pre-plan that time. So I was taught on the, like I said, very early in my journey, to set aside just 10 minutes on a Sunday to plan my week. That planning really just involves me scheduling my hours that I'm going to work in my business. It involves me scheduling time for my partner and I, so we do date night every week. Or even it might just be, spending lunch with him or something along those lines. And he's just cooking dinner. I think he doesn't realize I'm on Facebook Live. Hi. And I think he's watching me live now. I understand what he's trying to say. Anyway, where was I? So, it involves me scheduling in when I'm going to go to yoga, when I'm going to go to the gym, when I'm going to spend time in nature. Also, another thing that's really important for me is connection and family. So we always book in family dinners, which we do every single night, which is really nice. I really enjoy that. We book in a personal development time as well, time that I set aside specifically to either read or listen to audios. I set aside time for sort of my management type stuff, so checking my emails and kind of things that make me feel like I'm busy, but not necessarily the most productive things that I could be doing, but still need to be done. And I kind of also, if you want to have a good resource to learn a little bit about how to prioritize things in your schedule, which one is it? I know that Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a really good one, but I can't right now at the top of my head remember if that's the one that I'm thinking of. But regardless, that's a really good one for time management. But basically, if you spend, that 10 minutes at the beginning of the week, so Sunday, so before your week started, to already organize how your week's going to go, and, if things get moved around, then that's okay, but remember the things that are most important to you, that you protect those times, like if you have a job, you don't rock up at 10 o'clock if you start at 9 just because you don't feel like being there at 9 o'clock, and really you should have that same commitment to the hours that you put into those personal projects, because they should be far more important to you anyway, and being committed to something means, staying true to what you said you were going to do, even once the mood that you've set it in has left you. And guaranteed the mood's going to leave you. Like if you tell yourself you're going to get up at 6 a.m. and spend an hour on working on one of your projects, you're probably not going to feel like it at 6 a.m. and the snooze button's going to be super tempting. But that's just part of what comes with the territory, if those things are important to us and we want to create a way to make those things a priority in our life, sometimes we do have to push through even when we don't feel like it. And by knowing exactly when you're going to do it ahead of time and protecting that time is the best way that you're going to do it. And there's this awesome Rohn quote which I love, and it says, if you don't make a plan for your life, chances are you'll fall into someone else's. And what do they have planned for you? Not much. So And that's my little 2 cents on a Sunday. And that's kind of like the bigger picture as well. You know, if you are spending time planning what you're going to do on a daily basis and on a weekly basis, and you are making a point of scheduling and those priorities and those things that are most important to you, those days and those weeks are what are going to create your life, you know. And everything that you do now in terms of productivity and putting making your highest values your priority, you're going to be able to, that's what's going to build your future, right? So little small sacrifices now, but huge gain for everything that you do in the future. And then you're way more productive as well with your time, so you're going to get way more done in the same amount of time. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about today. For your Sunday, have a beautiful Sunday evening. I'm about to have my family dinner soon. It smells delicious, I think. We're having Thai tonight, homemade Thai. So it should be delicious. My husband's cooking and he's excellent at cooking. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be talking to you again tomorrow, and have an awesome night. Mwah.